Tune in for Patrick Ching's Painting in Paradise, exclusively on OC16.
Aloha, I'm Patrick Ching, and thank you for joining me on Painting in Paradise. In this episode, I'll share a secret with you about how I learned to paint from a frog. That's right, a frog taught me how to paint. We'll learn a bit about frogs, and I'll show you how you can draw one. Then we'll have some frog painting fun. All this on a colorfully hoppy episode of Painting in Paradise! There are several different kinds of frog that live in the islands. None of them are native to Hawaii, which means they are all introduced or brought here from somewhere else. Many people mistake the cane toad for a frog. Cane toads were brought to Hawaii from the Americas to eat cane beetles and other insects. They are bumpy and brown in appearance and may be found in dryland areas too. These toads produce poisons from glands behind their heads, so be careful to wash your hands well if you contact them. And keep your pets away from them too. Different kinds of frogs thrive in different areas of Hawaii. There are the Japanese wrinkled frogs that live in the upper mountain streams, and poison dart frogs that live in moist valleys like Manoa. In their native lands of Central America, poison was extracted from their skins and used on blow dart tips to bring down small prey. Because of their diet, these frogs are not poisonous in Hawaii. Greenhouse frogs are a small brownish Caribbean frog that make a high-pitched chirping sound at night. Then there are the loud-calling koki frogs that have become prevalent in some parts of the islands, like in Hilo on the Big Island or Haiku on Maui. In their native country of Puerto Rico, the koki are considered good luck, but here in Hawaii, they can be downright noisy. The American bullfrog is one of the world's larger frogs. They are smoother and greener than toads and are usually found in or near the water. They were brought to Hawaii in the late 1800s as a source of food. Some bullfrogs get to be 8 inches long. The Hawaiian name for frog is poloka. Male bullfrogs' eardrums are even larger than their eyes, compared to the female's eardrums, which are about the same size as their eyes. Adult males make a loud bellowing call that attracts females who lay their eggs in the water near the males. When the eggs hatch, the tadpoles, which are also called pollywogs, live under the water for a couple of years before transforming into small frogs. I used to love watching the pollywogs grow their legs and lose their tails as they turned into frogs and came up on land. When frogs are startled, they often let out a warning sound that sounds like a, well, you know, it rhymes with art. And now I'll share with you a little secret about my art. Okay, you guys, I'm going to tell you the real secret. I don't share this with everybody, but since you spent all that time with me, I'm going to share it with you. I got something that none of my artist friends got. I got myself an art frog. That's right, an art frog. And this frog tells me what's good and what's bad and what'll sell and what won't. And if you get yourself an art frog, make sure you got one with a good public image, one that likes people, and most importantly, get one with big, juicy art frog legs. Oh yeah, gotta have those big, juicy art frog legs. Don't get a toad, and if you do get a skinny art frog, don't worry. All you gotta do is put them on a strict weight training program, and you'll be good to go. And now enjoy a story about how I met the art frog when I was a kid. It happened one day while I was at play, when a dream sprang to life in the middle of May. At my favorite pond, neath a coconut frond, I heard something jump, and then splash, and then gone. Seeing nothing but bubbles and rings of a ripple, I noticed a lily pad's watery trickle. What once was on top was now down below. The answer of what was still mine to know. I pulled away lilies and lifted a log, and to my amazement discovered a frog. It jumped from the pond with a sound like a fart, then spoke with excitement.
Let's make some art.
A frog with a voice that seemed to like art? An art frog, I called him. The bugger was smart. He jumped into yellow bananas and flowers, then danced on the corn and the butter for hours. Then out of the yellow and onto the reds, he jumped onto apples and big chicken heads. And finally blue, the color of sky, the color of ocean and blueberry pie. Holding the three up high in the air,
Primary colors,
he said with a stare. These three important when studying the arts, 'cause primary colors are where colors starts. But what then would happen, I thought with a shudder, if Art Frog put one color into another?
No problem,
He said, as if reading my mind.
it's something that happens in art all the time. Mix primary colors,
He said with a gleam.
make secondary colors orange, purple, green.
With a kick of a leg, he mixed red with a yellow. I couldn't believe it made bright orange jello. With yellow and blue, he made quite a scene. Those colors he used to make grasshopper green. The last of the mixes, the blue and the red, was colored like grape juice.
It's purple,
He said. Then Art Frog took all of the colors he had and made up a wheel from an old lily pad. Across from each other, exciting to see, the most different colors are complementary. The opposite colors so misunderstood.
Complementary colors make each other look good.
And with that he bounded, and I heard him say,
The things that you learned are enough for today.
Yes, that was the first time I met the Art Frog, but many times since I returned to the log. Imagine the world looking through artist's eyes, with many adventures in art as your prize. When we return, I'll show you how to draw a frog. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I go about drawing a frog. And I love frogs so much, I can't even tell you how much I love frogs, but I will tell you one thing. Let's start off by pressing softly, okay? How are we going to press? Softly, that's right. We press softly so that in case we got to erase lines or, we're just going to make some form-up lines. I'm going to start with kind of a big oval for the frog's body, then I'll make another oval for the head and so forth, okay? You ready? Here we go. Loosen up now. Oh yeah. You don't want to press a art muscle or something, okay? I'm going to put the frog's body with an oval right there. Just about like that, okay? I'll put the head right over here with another oval. And now for the legs, they're kind of folded together. I'm going to give them another oval about that big right there. That's going to be like the calf and the thigh, and coming down to the feet, we're going to go, I'll give them like three toes showing. I think they got 4 over there. Now for the front paw, or what do we call a front arm, I guess, I'll give a couple of little ovals like that. They got kind of tiny front paws, and I know they got like 4 fingers or toes, whatever they're called. And that's one right there. And I tell you what, for the maca, you know what the maca is, yeah? Eyeball. Nice big maca right around there. I'll even give a little hint of one back there. That's like the back maca, the other one in the back. Okay. Right there, I think, is a good start for us to form up our frog. Now from here, I'm going to start adding some detail. Like I'm going to give the frog's face and head a little more of a shape. Coming down the back. Now on the frog's back, kind of interesting. It's got a little bit of a point up here, okay? They actually got 2 of them. I don't know what they're called, hip bones or whatever's, okay? One more thing we can do is we can add another arm or a leg up there, okay, in the back. Another front leg. We'll give him a nice smile right there. Show where the maca's gonna be over there, the eye. And one more thing, this eardrum, I think it's called a tympanum or something like that. Ooh, I hope I said that right. Anyway, the eardrum goes behind the frog's maca, the eye, and if it's a male frog, it has a big eardrum, like bigger than the eye. If it's a female, it's got a small eardrum. So I'll make an art frog a boy. I'll make him a big eardrum right there, okay? And right here, I'm gonna kind of show us which part is the upper leg and which part is the lower leg. And right there, I'll give a little bit of a rock for him to sit on. And we've got ourselves the forming up of a frog. All right, so now that I've got my frog formed up, I'm gonna get a bigger pen. You can press harder now. And I'm gonna go over the outlines, and I'll start here. All right, here's the fun part, the leg. Give him a little pointed knee if you like. And this line, that's kind of a cool little line showing the top and the bottom part of the leg. Now the toes, we can make long and thin. Go back under there. And you can give him a little bit of a webbing here, okay? Right here we got another little bump on the back there. I still don't know what those are called. For the forearm or the front arm, I'm gonna give them a little, two sides and their toes kind of behind each other there. And then a nice big frog mouth, maybe a little bit of a smile going on. And remember that eardrum, it's kind of big, it's kind of round there. It's a little bigger than the eye or the maca, okay? I'll make the circle for the maca, and this part can be nice and dark over there. A little bump for the other side maca. You can even put a little nostril over there with a little bump on it. Oh man. Okay, bro, be a little more happy, okay? Here, I'll give him a little bit of a smile. You can put some stripes on them, you know? Frogs, they got some modeling going on and stuff like that if you want to get creative with the designs here. And don't forget your place for your frog to live on that rock. And after that, you can just put things like flying insects or grass. You know, give the frog a nice little place to live. And there you have it, an American bullfrog. If you'd like to go ahead and paint the frog, you can do it something like this. First, go ahead and draw your frog on a canvas, then go ahead and paint the background colors. Then you can start painting in the spots or the mottled effect. Then go ahead and darken the spots. Don't worry about making it too dark. We're going to come in with some reflections later on that'll make it look good. Now for the fun part. Let's put on some transparent reflections that make this frog look wet and shiny. Choose some places to put brighter highlights and make it even more glistening. Just some tiny little dots in the right places will make it shine. Then finish it off with a little sparkle in the eye. Bing! And there you have it. You just painted a shiny old bullfrog. Ta-da! When we return, we'll have an art frog painting party. And now we'll make art frog waving. Let's see, we'll go around, you know, his eardrum, his big maca. You know the maca is there, the big eyeball. Kind of got his opu over there. Opu is like the belly or the stomach. Oh, the maca. You know what the maca is, huh? Yeah. His little hat, little French artist hat beret. big art frog smile. Don't forget his eardrums. The nostrils. He's waving. Doodle-doodle. Hey. Hey, don't forget me. Woo. This art frog's gonna be sitting on a lily pad.
Today I discovered a rainbow while walking along by the sea. We walked all the way to the sunset, my beautiful rainbow and me. Beautiful rainbow, beautiful rainbow, my beautiful rainbow and me.
And now I'm gonna make the art frog doing the hula.
Live happily. We'll meet in the morning and pardon the sunset, my beautiful rainbow and me. Beautiful rainbow, beautiful rainbow, beautiful rainbow and me. Tomorrow I'll marry my rainbow. Together we'll live happily. We'll meet in the morning and pardon the sunset, my beautiful rainbow and me. Beautiful rainbow, beautiful rainbow, beautiful rainbow and me. And when the showers come, we'll have so much fun, running along, being free. But when the sun goes down, she won't be around. Tomorrow I'll marry my rainbow. Together we'll live happily. We'll meet in the morning and pardon the sunset, my beautiful rainbow and me. Beautiful rainbow, beautiful rainbow, beautiful rainbow and me. Beautiful rainbow and me. Beautiful rainbow and me.
I'm going to paint my art frog climbing a tree.
I'm gonna paint my art frog doing hula.
Ooh. I'm gonna paint my art frog jumping.
Boing.
I'm gonna paint my art frog waving.
I'm going to paint my art frog ice skating.
We can walk through smiling faces as we go. We can climb up the sunset.
I like this color. Sort of like a fluorescent mustard.
Take my hand, come along and fly with me. Sail on.
Mine's a female? But he's a male. Oh, okay.
What color are you putting on there? What color? It's like fluorescent orange, huh? What are you doing now?
I'm painting a frog. You will not tell my joke. I will not tell your joke.
So I noticed that we
jugga.
Jugga, 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 jugga. Open fire!
That up here. I like that little figure 8 hint. And we start to get a little darker up here, okay? Yeah, just a touch. Start getting it darker. Yeah, that's not bad.
We like when you mark your name. Write your name. I want to write something. You're gonna write your name. Here's my art frog ice skate. And here's my art frog waving. Hello! And here's my art frog surfing. Here is my art frog climbing a tree. This is my art frog jumping. I painted a hula dancing frog.
That's the art frog dancing hula. All right, tell us about the colors in your rainbow. How did they go?
I did red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple.
All right.
Make a wish and let it go.
1, 2, 3.
Painting in paradise!
Okay, I know there's a big bullfrog in there. I heard him, and I know he's in there. Okay, if I was a bullfrog, I would be right in here somewhere. I'm gonna search my hands around there. Oh, feeling rocks. Oh, what was that pokey thing? Are there prawns in here? I hope not. Oh, there's something. Oh. Oh yeah. There you go. How are you, buddy? Oh, it's a beautiful day in Honolulu. Yeah. There you go. I just want to look at you, feel you a little bit. Yep, you're good and healthy. All right. We're going to let you go now, okay? Aloha. Thank you for joining me on Painting in Paradise. I hope you had a good time learning about frogs and how to draw and paint them. I'd love to see what you did, so why don't you email me at aloha@patrickching.com. Bye-bye.